They say we controversial and we breaking the virtues. Now that we in the game, we in every commercial. Magazine, radio, we stay interviewing. Might hit up Wendy Williams just to ask like, how you doing? I wake up every morning, my face in every blog. Freaky boys, t-shirts, every catalog. They try to bring us down, but we say fuck the press. And all these weak rappers time to take a fucking rest. I'm finna sock it too.
Welcome back to another episode of Opinionated.
Bam.
I'm Louis Jones.
I'm Mark Hayes.
Michael Blunt. What's up, motherfucker?
And you guys are watching Opinionated.
Oh, yeah.
This is episode 8. We are now on episode 8. We've been doing this for exactly 2 months. Exactly. You know. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start off, the typical, how was your weekend?
Weekend was dope, I went to a few comedy shows.
Did you go to Mike's comedy show?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Mike's comedy show, though. It was actually pretty live. That boy killed it. Man. He's still recovering from yesterday. I am
still indeed recovering from that.
We had a good time.
Last night was lit, man. High Comedy Club. I'm about to take a little break. I'm not doing another show till next month. So
that's good. What you do this weekend, Mike?
I had a show.
There you go.
That shit was lit.
Okay, what did I do? I don't think I did anything, but just I hung out with the Freaky Boys, of course.
The Freaky Boys. Hung out with the Freaky Boys.
I really don't really go out, but I decided to go out. They drove, and I really wasn't feeling the environment. So I got up out of that fast, and then car got up out of T.S. Madison basement. But it was pretty cool. I just kind of relaxed, just getting ready for school to start back. Working.
Yeah, a little change, brother.
Oh yeah, I had to.
Yeah, a little change. What you got? What you got going on?
I got a new hairdo, a new style, a new cut.
You gonna show the world?
And new color. I'm not showing the world nothing. They can go to my Instagram page. They can follow our Instagram page, Opinionated Show, on Instagram, and on Twitter, Show Opinionated. It's actually backwards. Somebody else stole the name. So
what you mean somebody else stole the name?
Somebody else already had it, and I don't feel like arguing with them to get it. So Show Opinionated on Twitter. Opinionated Show on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So just to kind of, start off or whatever, we're going to actually start off with a topic that has taken over the internet. We actually already talked about this topic, but we're going to touch on it a little more, and just kind of give like a detailed answer and opinion on what we think of the topic. The topic is about Kanye West. Who is facing backlash for suggesting slavery was a choice. Wow. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, as he quoted, that sounds like a choice. Y'all were there for 400 years, and it's all of y'all? What is your reaction? I'm going to start with Mike this week.
Okay. Not quite sure what to say outside of what I said last week. The motherfucker's wrong. Like, if you really break down what Kanye is saying, there's parts of it that make a lot of sense, and you can see why he would say some of the things that he says, because he's a smart dude, he's intellectual, he thinks a lot. But I mean, you can't just say dumb shit like that.
Right.
What do you think, Mark?
Well, just pretty much getting a chance to think about it more and see it from different perspectives. I see what he was going for, like I said last week, but it's just communicated horribly. But I also come to the conclusion that Kanye West is just so far removed from regular people that he doesn't understand how regular people think, so he doesn't know how people will react to the things he says. And that just comes from him just being, in the Kardashian family. And he says in all his songs, it kind of gives the story of how his life's going. Like one song he's talking about, I moved to the neighborhood, I'm the only black person there. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he's talking about how he's been taking pills. He's been by himself. He just has nobody to communicate to, and nobody's checking him because he's writing everybody's checks. So, I think we should help Kanye somehow.
Too many yes men around him.
Yeah, exactly. He's surrounded by yes men. He's pretty much like getting torn. He's pretty much like kind of like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Just like around people who just like, oh, you're the greatest. Like whatever you do, whatever you say. But in the background, they're just like, oh, damn. I don't think you should say that. You You know, especially with his mom being gone and everything, he doesn't have Donda West to check him. You know, so that was the person he confided in, and she's been gone for, you know, and ever since that happened, his life has changed dramatically. I can imagine. I mean, I can't imagine. I thank God for my mom. You know, it would break my heart if anything.
Mother's Day is coming up this
Exactly,
weekend.
Mother's Day is coming up. You know, I gotta get her something nice. But yeah, I mean, I feel for Kanye. I feel like we should help him. You know, somehow. I mean, it's not our job to help him. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, but I just feel like the people closest to him should definitely reach out to him. But at the same time, Kanye been blessing us with music for so long. We should do something. But as you can tell, I am an avid Kanye fan. I love Kanye. But at the same time, we just need some realness around Kanye.
Okay, I'm gonna try to kind of jump in.
Kanye.
I slightly agree with Kanye West. I slightly disagree with Kanye West. I believe that slavery was not a choice, but it was more so a conditioning. And what I mean by conditioning basically mean that even though we had a choice, or our ancestors had a choice, basically it wasn't a logical choice to make. You know, it wasn't a logical choice to make. You know, he talked about it was all of you all. It was all of you all versus them, as if blacks knew or can tell that they was outnumbered. You know, and we have to think about the history of, you know, slavery, and when they took us from Africa, our ancestors from Africa, they took us from different countries in Africa. So when you all was brought to a land where you don't know the land, basically it's like, how can I communicate with you when you're from Ghana and you're from Kenya and I'm from, you know, Zimbabwe or whatnot. So
I never thought of it that way.
Right, and these people had no intellect to be able to understand numbers, or even to know simple math to be able to count, to realize that they was outnumbered. Didn't know the language, didn't know the land. You know, I know they spoke, like some people spoke about Haiti and how they overcame slavery and how they fought, but Haiti was just one island that basically you fought. And then, but it's
it was
like
the Haitians. The Haitians were together, and they all. I feel what you're saying.
But in America, it's like if I whoop everybody in Mississippi, I still got to worry about the motherfuckers in Alabama and the motherfuckers in Louisiana. You know, I don't know where I'm at. You know, so it's kind of like you have to work your way up. Some people spoke about Harriet Tubman and how she freed the slaves, and others didn't realize that they were slaves, so she couldn't free them. The thing about that is basically to say that, you know, that was in the 1800s, the early 1800s. So you're talking about slavery beginning from the 1500s. It was a lot of conditioning going on at that point to be able to learn math and learn how to read and write and learn how to understand language and learn, you know, that the North was a place where you can actually go. So I think that over time, we started to become educated about our choices, and we, you know, people started to take it. Some people, it was more more rebellion going on. You know, even when they first took us from Africa, people jumping off ships, people committing suicide. You know, people refusing to go. So to say that it was a simple choice, I just believe that, you know, it was absolutely false. Fast forward to today, to kind of go into conclusion, I feel like even today it's still a conditioning. You know, we're still dealing with the same things that we dealing with, that our ancestors dealt with. My favorite part of psychology, my favorite branch of psychology is family systems. I can, if you show me the kid, I can show you the parent, I can show you the grandparent, I can show you the great grandparent.
I read about that in Outliers. It's a book by Malcolm Gladwell, on how just antiquity plays a part in our mental condition, how we're groomed, and you know, because we're not too far removed from history. You know, like even though with slavery is like 300, 400 years ago, that's, if you think about that in lifespans, it's probably like 5 or 6 lifespans. It's like your great grandma was a slave. So it just slowly those thoughts and like the feelings and just pretty much all the everything about it. Yeah, just like trickles
great grandma to grandma to mother to child and to your kids, unless you break the cycle.
Unless you break the cycle, and that comes on just like educating yourself on your history and learning about like where you're at, self-awareness basically, and just making sure you break out of that cycle.
Yeah, and it takes you back to even with the Native Americans, basically, like, you know, they fought back, but they end up all getting killed, you know. So it's a condition at the end of the day. You know, basically we're gonna go to Pierre and see like what's going on in the comment section. We're gonna kind of check in with the people.
Okay. But it did cause a conversation. I would say a positive thing about that is like people are.
It was a great conversation to have.
You know, like people are just realizing, like people are really open up to that. Even going back to the Harriet Tubman quotes, like a lot of people didn't even know about that shit. Yeah. But yeah, so let's just move on to the next topic.
Before we move on to the next topic, before we move on to the next topic.
Wait. Before we move on to the next topic.
Production is telling us to wrap it up. Our producer's telling us to wrap it up, so we're going to wrap it up.
You know what I'm saying? See how I got that? I was like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so point proven.
We carried that.
So our final decision is Kanye fucked up. Next topic.
But before we go to the next topic, we're going to give the audience a chance to comment a question. Every audience member, if you have a question, comment it in the comment section. At the end of the show, we're going to pick a question and we're going to answer it live on the show.
Be creative and have fun, yo. What do you guys think about fake news? Like,
no question is off limit either. We're gonna answer all you all's questions. So no question is off limits. Let's take it there.
Let's take it all the way.
No, we're gonna pick one question, but no question is off limits. You know.
You can choose a co-host to ask the question to.
Or it can be a general question. It can be a topic.
It can be a general question.
It can be a topic that you all want to discuss.
Or it can be about my love life. Nah, it's not gonna be about my
So
love
we're gonna go into
what's up with your love life, Mark? Since you put it out there.
I was rather
he played on that Scorpio time and she got his ears. That's what happened.
What was your name?
Oh man, we're not about to do this. Alright, my love life is great, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Keep saying it.
You speak it into existence.
Maybe you'll convince Mike.
Yeah, maybe you'll convince Mike.
You won't be convincing me.
Well, anyway.
We're going to go into our next topic. Our next topic is about Bill Cosby's wife.
Bill Cosby's wife.
She calls for an investigation into the prosecutor after guilty verdict. Camille Cosby stated that the conviction was non-justice, not real justice. She also compared Bill's conviction to the infamous lynching of Emmett Till. Ooh! Do you think that this is just another attack on a successful black man, or should Mrs. Cosby move on with her life? I'm going to start with Mark.
How old is Mrs. Cosby?
She got to be about 70, 80 something.
Man, it's hard to tell an 80-year-old woman you should just move on.
I don't tell old people stuff.
I'm just saying, it's just like, I mean, she don't believe that.
So like, give it up, delicious. Let me stop. Okay.
She don't believe it's real. She don't believe it happened. I mean, Bill probably told her this didn't happen. I mean, she's in love. You know, you can't blame her for sticking by her husband. You know, but at the same time, I mean, that's a tough situation. Like, hey, you know, I know you're 80. You know what I'm saying? But you just need to get out there. You know, just Bill's gone. You know, just live the last 10, 15 years of your life.
You got singles night at the retirement.
I got singles night at the retirement. Yeah, man, she don't want to see her man go to jail. You know, like over allegations from 30, 40 years ago. I mean, that's kind of, it is what it is.
Honest opinion, do you think that this is another attack on a successful black man? What's your honest opinion about
Honestly, that is the first thing I thought. When I first, years ago when it happened, and then now over time, it was like after a couple more allegations, I was like, damn. My hands are tied here, brother. So I want to stick by Cosby, but at the same time, it's like he's found guilty, you know, so he did it, you know, and I mean that's how America works, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Mike. I'm gonna hand it over to Mike this round.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's some hard situation to go through.
I don't know what to tell you, homie.
Consensual visits.
Huh?
Consensual visits?
Wasn't
that conjugal? I said consensual visits.
Yeah.
Or you want them to be consensual.
It better be consensual. Listen.
Conjugal visits.
It better be
I'm sorry, I don't know jail
round.
terms. I don't go to jail that often, but, you know.
that often.
You said it right, consensual.
Consensual.
That's the word of the day and every single day.
Yeah, he can't have that his funny cocktails in jail. Unless you make it with toilet water. I don't know.
I don't really know how you can't move on for you. Like, your life is over.
Yeah, I guess you can spend more time with her kids. You know, just spend more time with your kids.
So two of her kids passed away. One in the 80s, one died this year.
Oh,
and it's like two left. And of course, they all like in their 40s. They grown.
I mean, you know, it'd be blackish. You know, just take her in.
Let's let Mike answer. Go ahead.
I mean, it ain't no like.
Do you think this is another attack on a successful black man?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Like, I hope it is.
Like, because I don't want to believe that Bill Cosby's legacy can just be thrown away like that and discredited. But at the same time, if he's found guilty, it is what it is. But it's beyond us.
It's a hard question to answer because if you say yes, you're being insensitive to the victims.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because they could have probably got the real cocktails and you know, I don't know. It's beyond us.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot worse shit has happened to successful black men.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, we've been
exactly.
set up before. So.
You think he'll get like house arrest or something? Or
I don't
you
know
think
what they finna get.
I don't know if they
finna get
yeah,
house
if they give him house
arrest the rest of his
arrest.
life?
Yeah, he got a big ass house. I think it'll be
The
alright.
rest of his life? Yeah.
The rest of his life,
like
don't
3 days,
know.
nigga.
Like 3 days.
For the rest, like for the rest of his
I ain't gonna lie,
life.
Bill Cosby, he's going very soon, in my opinion.
Mike, Mike, like for the rest of his life,
Like
nigga,
the
that's
whole
tomorrow.
3 months.
He's gonna live 10 watch.
Bro, especially all
He's
the
gonna be free for the next 30 years.
yeah, all that stress he had in the last probably 2 years probably took at least 3 months off.
Well, I'm gonna say what everybody wants to say. I'm gonna say what everybody want to say, but they don't want to say it. I'm gonna say it.
What?
I think that this is another attack on a successful black man, and the reason why I'm gonna say that is because not being sensitive to the victims of whatever, but I just think that okay, he's found guilty based off his own statement. He's found guilty. I just think that the harsh reality of it is them penalizing everybody else that worked with him, basically like by pulling the Cosby Show off the air and everything. It's like it just seems that his sentence is a little bit harsher. Like, okay, I understand that he's found guilty of this. I understand that he's going to serve his sentence that the court sees suitable for him. But to take the Cosby Show off the air and to do all of this other stuff as far as his legacy, I just feel like that's a little bit much.
It's like it might be much, but it's just like. He's a convicted rapist.
And so is a lot of other people. Let's be fair.
Who's a convicted rapist that's on TV?
There's a lot of other.
Who's a convicted rapist?
Willie Allen married his daughter. He had sex with his daughter, his real daughter, and they didn't remove him or deal with him.
Who had sex with Allen? Willie Allen had sex with his daughter.
His punishment wasn't as severe.
Is he still on TV?
He makes movies.
Listen.
He makes movies.
Yeah, see, that's why that conversation won't go nowhere. But
anyway,
anyway,
his last movie flopped, so he doesn't have a big support.
But he didn't get his consequences. Their consequences is not as harsh as Bill Cosby. Granted, what I'm saying is that
Woody Allen reruns on TV.
Hold on, listen. Listen.
I'm just trying to make a point.
And you got other people who...
If you're a convicted rapist,
your
no matter
president,
white or black...
Your president is...
He's not a convicted rapist.
But
you just said I grabbed girls by the pussy.
But what I'm going into with that is that it is countless other people who are not even being charged, whatnot.
I just countless people in jail for weed. That sick shit sucks too.
Black people more so than anything, but...
I just don't want to be... I don't want to take a racial bias.
You're not taking a racial bias.
You know what I'm saying?
But listen... He's
like not on this topic. It's like if you're a rapist, bro, you're going to jail.
And that's
like
not,
black people go to jail for a lot of stupid shit. But if you're a rapist,
but that
Pierre egging me on. He's just like
because that rule doesn't. That rule does not apply to every single person who's convicted of rape.
But you just can't admit that hey, I drugged bitches, and after I drugged them, I raped them.
And then have them on the TV show.
Tune into the Cosby Show next week at 3:00. Absolutely not.
No,
okay,
bro.
So we're gonna see how this story plays out, and we'll revisit it later.
He's gonna die. And we're gonna figure out what happens.
Mike really only was able to say a few things because we both kind of chimed in on him. But
and the comment said Woody Allen married his adopted daughter when she got of age.
Woody Allen's just nasty.
Hold on. Wrap it up. I'm gonna let Mike.
It was consensual.
Okay, let me let Mike.
That's gross.
That's by Maisha Glover. She cute.
That's my sus.
Anyway,
no, I just want to listen because we kind of overtalked him. I just want to. If you don't got anything else to say, we can just
I chimed in on it, man.
Okay.
He said something, man.
No, we cut him off. I'm gonna say we cut him off, but truly you cut him off. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'll make sure that everybody get a chance to comment. This is not the Lewis. Shucks, I will talk to everybody. This is the Mark.
Okay. You done? Are you done? Are you done?
Actually, we going on to the next topic.
Are you finished yet?
Yes, we are.
No, it was like
that shit was funny as fuck.
It was English and French and Wakandan.
It was
all together.
Did you see how the Avengers went over? The Avengers went over there and fucked up Wakanda.
Oh,
did y'all see that?
The Avengers didn't fuck up Wakanda.
Well, they brought the bullshit to Wakanda. Wakanda was like for 3 fucking months, and all of a sudden they tear down. The movie.
That's real though. That is real.
Over there.
Like we're gonna open up Wakanda to the world. What the hell y'all bringing over here?
It's about 3 million motherfucking little aliens.
She said it in the movie. She was like, when we said we was gonna open up Wakanda, I was talking about the Olympics, not this shit. I was She was like, maybe a Starbucks or something.
Maybe a Starbucks or something. That's real. It was like, yeah. So
Black people can't have nothing.
Black people can't have nothing even in Marvel.
Went on over there and fucked up Wakanda.
Went over like, yo, we need your help. Like, nah, man, we good over here.
Like, oh God, oh God! No, catch us in the next war. You know, we
fresh.
Up electricity.
Exactly, bro.
I'm gonna go on to the next topic. This is an interesting topic. Jillian Michaels, who is the fitness coach or whatnot, she stated that Andy Cohen hates women because he created a franchise where women tear each other down. Does Real Housewives set women back? I'm gonna actually start with Mike.
I think Real Housewives sets everybody back.
I was
reality TV in general just sets everybody.
Bam! That's ding, ding, ding. I was gonna say that exact same thing.
It makes women look really bad, but it makes people look bad in general. And I mean, so I watched some reality TV the other day for the first time in years because I was at somebody's house, and her and her friend were watching. Her and her roommate, they were just watching it. And I'm just sitting there like, God damn it, can we watch anything else?
Like, why are we watching it?
It was some shit, X on the beach or some shit like that. And you're just like, yo, this shit is terrible, bro.
Reality TV is just setting this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would just pretty much ditto Mike. Just verbatim.
This shit is trash.
It's just trash. It's like we just sitting there literally watching people live their lives. That's literally wasting our time.
But they're not even living their lives because it's scripted.
It's scripted. It's fake living their lives.
Illusion.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Who was talking about how Kim Kardashian can't hold a... I heard was that one of y'all? Or somebody told me Kim Kardashian can't even hold a conversation because she's just so used to just short, you know what I'm saying, blurts on TV and shit. And it's just scripted bullshit. I just feel like there's just a lot. But I feel hypocritical at the same time. Well, not hypocritical because I watch like Rick and Morty and Family Guy, but that's satirical.
It's still somebody sat down and created that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's satirical, and that's actually, that takes thought and everything. But
creativity.
I feel like reality TV is bullshit. Unless it's informational. You ever seen like the Little People on TLC? Kind of opens up. Well, it kind of opens up your perspective. You're like, oh man,
that's like actual reality.
Until they get the fighting.
Yeah, they get the fighting. Like, okay, seeing Little People fight is kind of comedy. I'm not gonna lie.
Reality TV definitely has its pros and its cons or whatnot. Because you can watch a reality episode where they're talking about breast cancer or they're talking about domestic violence and educating people on suicide or whatnot. And you can turn on in the next 15 minutes and they can be ready squadding up with each other or talking about each other's husbands or whatnot. As far as actually setting women back, I can see it setting women back, but I can also see it like me looking at the positive side of reality show. I can see it actually inspiring women in the same sense because a lot of
basic on TV.
Because not even basic. Because a lot of the housewife stars also are successful. Like they do these shows, but they are also successful. So you have attorneys, you have songwriters, and models and business women.
Who from the Housewives is an attorney?
Favorite parts. My favorite housewife ever.
Okay.
She was actually
she's a script.
Bobby Brown's attorney.
Oh,
Bobby.
Not just
she be hard at work.
Not just anybody.
She got her.
That's my favorite Scorpio. Besides my mama, they got the same birthday actually. But these women are actually successful. I think the downfall of it is that these successful women get on TV and then act like they high schools with mental disorders.
Like I would have never known she was an attorney.
You wasn't known because it's
I don't watch the show. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. If you watched the show, you would have known that she was an attorney.
Whatever.
She was an attorney.
Sorry, disrespected reality.
But I do think that Andy Cohen, I don't say that he hates women, but I think that he gets a kick. Not only do he get a kick, he gets a big check.
Is he gay?
Yeah.
He's getting paid to put drama on TV.
He gets a big check for doing this. He has
people love this show.
It's Housewives Orange County,
people
Housewives
watch
Atlanta,
that shit.
Housewives New York, Potomac.
That shit is
New Jersey.
People watch that shit on a mass level.
And they don't just watch one of them; they watch all of them.
All of them. And that's what I'm saying. It's like he making money. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate that man for making that cash.
But don't exploit women in the process. But I'm
I mean, no one is doing it.
Who's watching it? Women are watching watching.
Everybody.
I don't know not a single straight dude that be like, yo, I'm watching this real.
You don't watch? No, you.
Well, y'all know like dudes then because they watch it as well.
No, they only watch it if their girl has it on.
That's what y'all think. That's what y'all think. Y'all the straight men that don't watch it, but every other straight man watch it. Trust me, they be in a they be posting.
I don't know any straight dudes.
Hell no, you don't know no straight dudes.
Any straight dudes.
I know more straight dudes than you know. I know more straight dudes than you know.
Cause I
dude, I've been in like I know a lot of straight dudes.
None of us. We talking about more straight dudes than they know together. And they watch Housewives.
I've been around the world, man. I know straight people around the world.
But they have demographics from all over.
Okay.
Demographics from all over.
Okay. I mean, I know that they get a lot of views. Like I would understand
millions of views.
Put it on TV because he's getting checks, and it's like if the women want to put themselves in this position, that's their fault.
That goes back to talking about
that would be on the women showing self-hate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they're kind of just like, oh well, this is what sells and pays the bills. I mean, shit, it is what it is.
They had mansions off that,
you know what I'm saying? Like
production, helping them build the houses and everything. Like you would be surprised if you was on reality. Let's say if you was on Housewives. Basically, what have you could like, I'm gonna buy this foreclosed house, and production will go and fix it up on the show for you for free, right? And that's how it go. That they'll fix it up for free on the show for you, and you basically just be on the show, and then you can still have your regular career. You can still promote your business or whatever, and you can. It's like it's a benefit in a sense.
It's a benefit for the women, but
it's also you got to sell your soul in the sense.
Reality TV
is not for none of that, so he won't be on reality TV.
Reality, no.
I've been offered to be on reality.
Mike has no soul.
Mike has no soul.
Oh, he don't got no soul. I don't even know the way he was hooping the hot last weekend. He got a soul. He's gonna tap into his full potential. You know,
soulless people.
As a young Scorpio, he gotta tap into his full potential.
All right, next topic, man. Okay. Reality TV. In conclusion, reality TV is bullshit. Move on to next topic.
Okay. He's gonna sign up for the next reality show that's coming out. I guarantee you. But
pay me enough
before we go.
I can see you on a reality.
I can be paid enough.
Smooth and all that.
I still think it's bullshit, but shit, I'd be on that bitch. I ain't tripping.
You gotta show business.
I promote my business. Hey, I'll promote it. I'm not about to put a strong.
Play the game. When you win at the game, change the rules.
Cardi B did
it. You know what I'm saying?
But she's telling herself.
But she still ain't got no fucking.
I would be on reality TV talking about how reality TV.
She still ain't got no fucking substance.
She's telling herself to do something. And nobody won't ever teach her either.
Oh yeah, with lack of substance, I mean she won't lack.
And her downfall is we'll talk about that later. P, I'm gonna go to the comment section, see what we got, any interaction or anything, before we go to the next topic. Check in with our audience. We're gonna check.
All they do on reality TV is fight and talk about one another. Nothing positive here.
Boom.
Someone said it's television, television, pure entertainment, nothing more, nothing less.
Right, but you still have to demand substance from your art, dummy.
You got to call it.
That's their opinion.
Don't let Mike.
You don't even know what that show. That could be your cousin again.
No, I ain't gonna lie. When I said that shit, if your mom don't want you, that was my cousin, bro. I feel bad.
Don't let Mike see that is. Okay. We're gonna go to the next one.
I know her story, but my bad. Go ahead.
We're gonna go to the next topic. Okay. A director of this is interesting. This is a shift.
I hope it all is interesting.
No, it's a shift. It's a shift. It's a shift from reality. It's a shift from entertainment. No, it's a shift from reality. It's a shift from entertainment. It's a shift from the typical things that we talk about. Basically, okay. Stay with me. A director of a standardized test for college says some wealthy parents are paying off doctors to produce notes saying that their child has a disability so that their child can get extra time on the test. Although this isn't illegal, what are your thoughts on this topic? In layman's terms, basically, when you take a standardized test, whether it's a test like I take a test,
everybody's taking standardized test. You went to elementary school. You went to elementary school.
But that was. But let me explain. I'm explaining it for the audience. Listen,
y'all went to elementary school.
Listen, it's not even that. It's not even that. Like, not even that. But basically, like when we took, maybe it's me, but when we took the test, they gave us a test. We all took the test together. When time was up, time was up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was that. But now people are using like language barriers and disability and stuff to get extra time to take the test, which I think is a brilliant thing. And it was so crazy because I heard that when we taken our test for licensure, for therapy license, and they kept failing because they had a cultural barrier. English wasn't their first language, so somebody suggested like, oh, you should submit saying that this ain't your first language, and they gave her extra time. And when she basically took the test again, she actually passed it with the extra time. So it's actually a benefit. The thing about it is that they are manipulating doctors into giving them these kids these diagnoses.
How you know that?
Because
this happened for real?
Because I'm a therapist. I'm a therapist.
And
basically what happens, no, this is serious. Because parents come to me and like a lot of times like a kid can be off by one diagnostic criteria for a disorder. If your kid qualifies for the disorder, then you get a check and your kid get free therapy. And you know, who all wouldn't want to benefit from extra service and stuff like this? So a lot of time they go to the assessor or the psychologist and went on to be like, hey, can you kind of just say that he did this, or they're trying to make the kid act out in that way so they can meet the criteria, so that they can reap the benefits of having that child with a disability. In a sense, parents look at it in the sense of saying that if I can get my child a disability, they can get help at school, they can get help at home, and they have their teachers, so they're more likely to succeed for in the future. So that's why a lot of parents are doing it. I just feel like as a parent I can understand it, but as a clinician, you are definitely putting yourself at risk.
Okay.
Because if somebody come behind you and assess that kid the correct way,
right.
It can come back on you.
You can bite your ass.
Basically, so I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it if your teach your kid basically.
Oh man, yeah, man. I mean, shit. If people want to flex their privilege, let them do it. It's America, baby.
Rich people been getting over forever.
Yeah, rich people gonna get ahead. They're gonna pass their retarded kids or whatever.
So what do we need to do as a community to help our kids?
We need
make more money.
We need to make more money, because we live in a capitalist system. So, like you said before, and that's just how it's gonna go. How we make more money, I don't know. That's what we all trying to figure it out. We all trying to figure this out. We got things we love to do, you know what I'm saying? But like, how do we make money in these things? We figure it out. Or you go to college, get you a regular job, get you know what I'm saying?
Get on reality
you get on reality TV, star, you know what I'm saying? Be Jay-Z's son, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. I mean, black or white, privilege works for rich people.
You know that one of the housewives get paid $1 million a season.
Damn.
Just to act the fool on the show.
I heard that Steve Harvey used to get $1 million an episode. Was that true?
For what?
For his Steve Harvey show back in like the 90s. Really?
Probably not Steve Harvey, but like the cast of Friends got $1 million an episode.
Like everybody in the cast?
Episode,
huh? Is that everybody, like every single person?
Yeah.
I feel like Steve Harvey could get $1 million.
And that was interesting too, because it was something with like, I think Jennifer Aniston, the top two people basically took a pay cut, and then they kind of all helped each other get.
It's like an NBA team. It's like, I'm gonna take this. Like, I'm gonna take the pay cut.
If my community can do that, dude.
Yeah, nobody's trying to do that. Nobody. Like,
someone did it. I don't want to get the names wrong. It was like, fuck.
I'm not saying.
What's the woman who played in Hidden Figures, the bigger lady?
Oh, Octavia Spencer.
She
did with the
white lady.
A white lady did that.
Did it for her.
Yeah.
I forgot which actress.
On the help.
Yeah, but she was basically like,
I'm gonna take less money so they can make more.
No, we go in this meeting together, and I'm gonna tell them to pay you what they paying me.
That's real as fuck.
And that was lit.
See, she can get those. That's one white girl that can get those. I gotta get her name. I remember that story. I did that on the job before.
But at the end of the day, man,
I did on the job before. Basically, when I was the first one to negotiate, so when I negotiated my salary,
I said, I'd be like, you on your own, sis.
No, I did that for my female friend. Me and my female friend did, my black friend. Basically, I went in for negotiations for my salary, so I went up in there and I fought them for this salary, and I got it. When she went in, they basically lowballed her, and I'm just like, no. So they told her that she had to meet a quota. So I gave her like a lot of my clients so she can meet the quota, and then she ended up meeting the quota. So she
might be looking out for the next system.
Lewis,
I mean, Why do I keep mixing y'all up?
I mix y'all up too. I mix y'all up too. But
I mix y'all up too.
I'm not cool at all.
I'm not gay.
You know,
I mean, names are gay.
You know, because I'm the better looking one. I'm the more fit one. You know, I'm the more talented one. You know, so I mean, I can understand.
Look at Lewis looking out.
Accurate as well.
You know, the audience, you know, don't be surprised. You know, but anyway, yeah, but that's one thing that we gotta learn to adapt for ourselves and for our communities. Basically, helping each other,
building each other. It's just crazy. It's like, even beyond our community, it's like we have people in this country that are rich enough to literally buy this country. You know, just what's his name? Well, even though Steve Jobs can't buy it, but just imagine if like I don't know who's the Apple CEO at the moment or who's ahead of it. I'm probably ignorant on that. Whatever. Whoever's ahead of that, he could literally buy the country, or Bill Gates, whatever, and just I mean, of course, it'll come with some perks. You know, we definitely all have Apple houses and whatnot, and I don't mind living in the country with Apple houses.
Hey, Mark, what you talking about, brother?
Man, I'm just like
redirect.
We're talking about privilege, and then all of a sudden it went into, you know, there's a lot of rich people
on this panel.
Niggas started talking about Apple houses.
Yeah, Apple houses, man. I'm just saying, like, with privilege, there's a lot of rich people, and those rich people, some of them work at Apple, that can buy the country and make us Apple houses. And we have Apple houses that have Siri built into the house, and I can just tell Siri to play my playlist, and just plays it everywhere. But that's just a standard in all the houses, instead of being like, you know, just for rich people.
Go ahead,
You get your first check.
When you get your first check, I can hear all about.
Oh, you like it when I walk in like the Jetsons.
When you get your first check,
when I get dressed like the Jetsons.
listen. When you get your first check, you do all of that. In the meantime, is it going to
Bro,
the
you give me $1 billion, I'm
you
gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy Apple, and then I'm gonna buy Apple houses.
Go ahead,
This fool said he gonna walk in.
I am the savior of the U.S. of A.
What?
Just let him know.
On today.
I don't know, man.
I
I
think
felt like
Mark took the energy from both of us today.
yeah, I love it. I always come with the energy, baby.
No, that was always Mike. That was always Mike. He was the laid back one. Neither one. He the laid back one than you though.
Oh, really? I guess because my ponytailing is tight. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I just like
The blood flow?
the blood flow. You know what I'm saying? I let my hair be natural and
have like
down
two braids,
curly.
man.
Okay, them hoes be tight though. Them hoes be
Listen.
tight. Is
Next topic. Counting on star Derek Dillard is being slammed for calling designer Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent family a travesty in a homophobic tweet. Do you agree with same-sex couples raising families? I'm going to start off with Mike.
Word. Yeah, I said this like a couple weeks ago.
And be honest with your opinion. You know, just go for it. You know?
Go for it.
Trust me, when am I not ever honest? I just call somebody a dummy.
You can't call the people watching.
Well, you have
unless they dummies.
Fuck it. We got too many people in this world that feel like they have to tell other people how the fuck they should live their life. Like, I don't give a fuck if you know what I'm saying? And their reasoning is always, because you're going to influence the child. But we influence our children to do shit all the time. Like, you influence your children to pick a religion. You influence what they decide to eat, the content that they indulge in.
Bam!
You know what I'm saying? So
Points.
If you influence your child to be gay, it's just gonna be another gay person in the world.
And influence your child to be gay. That's you was on the money till you said that.
If you influence your child to be gay,
literal.
It don't matter.
Figurative.
from a heterosexual.
He needs to clarify that. I'm not doing another Kanye today.
Because he was speaking in terms of.
So hold on, no one's ever been influenced to be gay?
No, because I was raised straight and I ended up.
Right. I feel you.
I was raised around
Yeah.
Paul.
I feel you.
So yeah, that's what I just don't understand. Yeah.
No one would be gay
It
if
won't happen.
you can influence a child.
Well, I mean, can a
sexuality.
child be born in a gay household and just be like, hey,
And they can be straight.
Yeah, and they could be gay, but it ain't influence.
It's not influence. It's like, oh, you know, I see my two dads kissing. That looks cool.
Yeah. Like you know,
I saw my mom and dad kissing, but I still left the house to fuck niggas.
Oh, damn.
That boy got graphic. You could have just said went on dates with guys.
Just like some men, this show is raw and uncut.
Raw and uncut.
Anyway.
Every single time.
Anyway, do you agree with same-sex couples raising families?
I mean, people can do what they want. I mean,
That shit don't
exactly.
affect
It's
me at all.
America. We can do as we please. You know.
Can we?
Do
we have
we
a freedom
try
of choice?
to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to over here. The government won't let a nigga live, you know. I'm fucking with you. Not me personally. I'm doing all right.
How about all the people that got something to say about same-sex couples adopting children? How about y'all get y'all ass up and go adopt the kids? Because people would rather, y'all would rather them just stay in these foster homes than to have two people who are financially stable to take care of
Two people
kids.
who love each other. Love should be raised by love.
Now,
Bars.
Love should be raised by love.
You know what I'm saying? Give it to
that
put
one.
that on a shirt, baby. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
I have a different perspective on this topic.
What?
I do. I do.
Plot twist.
Right, yeah, like we're like that's the end of it. Like
I'm all about people doing what they want to do in their life. I promote it. I'm an advocate for doing what you want to do. I do not live by standard, first and foremost. The only thing in my mind, and this is my whole thought process, is that me raising a kid, basically, let's say that because I'm gonna have kids. You know, I'm fertile with all my other siblings and brothers.
Nigga, how do you know? How do you know?
My brother got like 19 kids. My mama got 19 kids. My brother and sister got 19
I'm
kids.
confused.
You can still
I'm
do
confused. I thought
Right.
you aren't you?
Wait about it.
I'm gonna marry a dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, all right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you
Y'all gonna be the best man. You know, y'all. But anyway, no. My whole thought process on it is basically
Trying to
in my
comprehend
mind. Okay, let me explain it. In my mind, to me, it's just to me basically I feel like, okay, me and my partner is going to raise our kids, but in some capacity we're going to have a mother that's also going to be raising it with us.
Oh.
Yeah, so she can live like next door to us. She can live down the street. She can come to all the birthday parties if we need her. Cause
She can come to the birthday party?
She can come to all the birthday parties.
You're
yeah.
wild.
Wait,
Like,
so you want to have like a three-way?
Because I'm a big advocate of family. Like I believe, like with me, like I'm like I would want my kids to know their biological family. Because eventually the kids we start to become curious anyway. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, let me answer the question. It is very healthy for same-sex couples to have kids. Studies show that there is no difference from a same-sex household versus a heterosexual household. You know, kids flourish in all households. I actually know an actual couple that I'm friends with.
It's
that has two
household
kids.
that is heterosexual, actually.
However you want to put it.
Yeah, you
Anyway.
stupid as hell.
I caught that. But anyway, but I actually know a couple who is raising two females that are raising a family. I know two couples that they married, both of them married and they raising a family. My thing about this is that when I have my kids, basically, I want the mother to be kind of close to kind of deal with those issues that two males cannot deal with. Like when I have a daughter and she goes on her period or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to call my sister when I can just call the actual mother. You know
Google is free.
But what if the mother doesn't want to get involved?
There's going to be a part of the agreement from jump. It's going to be like a part of the agreement from jump.
Y'all going to have like a three-way marriage.
It's going to be a
free
gay.
gay.
It's going to get free gay.
I'm gonna get. No, I'm fucking with you, bro.
I
see what you're
I know
doing.
that you drinking that aqua.
That aqua.
Yeah.
You know that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you know, but it's okay. It's okay. But no, I just feel like, you know, that for things
it's
like
water,
that, you know, for things that I can't do, I want to be able to bring in the mother and the mother does it, whatever. But this person is a lunatic and this person is crazy, and I think that people doing things just for publicity. If he feels this way, by all means, he better realize that your supporters are always going to be women first, or and gays, women and gays. So like this in the LGBT community, you better watch out because they be the ones that will take you down and destroy you.
Unless you like Lil Pump or something.
They'll take him down too. Okay. So moving right along. You know, before we go to our topic, the next topic, we want to also encourage the viewers in the comment section to comment a question. If you have a question, comment the question right now. In about 2 minutes, we're going to have Pierre pick a question, and we're going to answer it live on the show.
Say what?
Okay. So we're going to go into the next topic. Donald Glover, also known as Childish
Gambino.
Yes.
Childish.
Released an iconic video. This is America.
Iconic.
It's an iconic video.
Don't catch you slipping up.
Yep. But others aren't receiving it well. Basically calling him a sellout for dating non-POC. Non-people of color.
There you go.
Can an artist be an advocate for their blackness and still date outside their race? I'm going to start off with Mike.
You can do what the fuck you want to do. Like, I don't watch
this is America.
You feel me? Don't catch you slipping though.
Hey,
I don't know the rest of the words.
Me neither, but that shit live.
Yeah. It's like,
I was
do what you want. Like, you can believe something and do, like, there's just too many people. Like, social media has us real fucked up. Like, as a society, everybody just logs on. It's like, let me tell people how they should live their life.
That has always been America, just without the cameras, just without the platform. It's always been America. You can walk down the street in Mississippi in 1950 and somebody telling you something.
And you should really, like...
But it's on a grand scale now. It's like...
No, it's a platform now.
It's a platform now.
You know, it's an audience.
People don't...
Quickly accessible.
People don't think... Like, people don't want to mind their business. People just want to, you know... be in everybody's business for no reason because they're not satisfied with their own lives.
People hate themselves.
You know, that's what I feel like that is.
Social media is like, take me away from myself, please.
Exactly,
for
bro.
however long that I'm on this damn phone.
Okay, basically, I see where people was coming from with this topic. Basically, just stating that, like, no, not even that. Like, basically, like, you're an advocate for your people, you're an advocate for blackness, you're an advocate for black people in general. But then you go home to a white woman or an Asian woman or somebody who's like non-POC. They actually try to do it to Winston from Black Panther, and you know, with him,
Baku. That is kind of like a crazy contrast in Hollywood. But at the same time, it's just, you know, you love who you love, and it is what it is. You know, like that shouldn't take away from his message. You know, it's a very powerful message in the video, like especially a lot of.
And there's nowhere in the song does he say you can't date white.
Yeah, it's like he's not saying. He's really just pointing out America and just showing you this is what it is. It's an art piece. It's reflective.
We can't keep discrediting powerful artists because of their stance on life.
Yeah, exactly. Well.
We
do it to R. Kelly.
No, you can't.
I feel like everybody does it to R. Kelly though.
You can't.
You know,
like I think.
I mean, people are like, oh, we don't support R. Kelly because.
But that's not his stance on live.
That's how he's doing
illegal shit.
We don't know he's doing illegal shit. That's what I'm saying. He's just living his life in his little sex cult. You know what I'm saying? So we're just allegedly, and we're all like, nah, we don't fuck with him because we think he's fucking little girls, but we don't know.
Right, but if you have a message of positivity and growth,
step in the name of love.
Man, fuck that shit.
My overall take.
I'm not defending R. Kelly. I'm just going into the argument.
My overall take on it is basically to say that it's me personally. This probably gonna be a shock to you all, but I don't care who you date. I don't care who you date. There is a such thing.
That is a shock, actually.
There is a such thing. Listen, there is a such thing as defending your blackness, standing in your truth, being an advocate for your people, and separately dating who you want to date. I feel like as long as that person is understanding and don't question your blackness and allows you to be the person that you are, to me, I don't have a problem with that.
She can't say the N-word.
As long as you, as long as it's an understanding in your household.
No other race does that to their own race. No other race will discredit you just because you're dating outside of your race.
Shit. No. Races do that all the time. Races do that all. Like in Asia, they do that.
Oh, Asians do that.
Asians do it.
Armenians.
South Americans do it really bad.
And white people don't want you bringing home.
No, but they're not going to discredit.
You will get disowned if you bring home somebody that's not your name.
I'm talking about celebrities. I'm talking about people who are on a platform and create content. If a white person created something that could shift the culture in a positive way, white people are going to be like, oh, but he's married to a black person, so I can't listen to what he said.
Because a lot of times
they don't. They don't marry the black person.
They don't.
Who is it that's powerful and they got a black chick?
Ellen Pompeo, which is Meredith Grey from I gotta be honest.
The Prince
Meredith
from
Grey.
England.
Listen. Ellen Pompeo, who is the star. Ellen Pompeo.
She won black and
Prince Harry.
Ellen Pompeo, who is the star from Grey's Anatomy. Meredith Grey is married. She's a white lady. She's married to a black man, and she is an advocate for blackness. Baby.
Oh, she loves that blackness.
She's an advocate. She will get on Twitter and she will go in on somebody who is being disrespectful. Like she won't. She don't sit in her privilege. She will speak up basically. So I understand where he's coming from. I have to give him that example. You know, I have to give him that example. But I know I have a friend who's an African American person, and he dates a Caucasian person, but he uses his platform every day to He uses his platform every day to speak on, on his blackness, and he basically is like, his partner don't have a problem with it. This is what he believes in, and he supports him in that. And it's not a question in the household to say like, oh, you doing this and you disrespecting my people. It's like, no, I understand why you're doing this because this affects you, and I'm going to support you because this is what affects you. Although I want to be able to understand you or be able to relate, but because I love you, I'm going to support you, and I think that's how it should go.
At the end of the day, the message is love. You know what I'm saying? It's not about black against white, white against black. It's just
or Hispanic against black. So,
I wasn't about to go into all that, but yeah, it's not about color. At the end of the day, it's about us loving each other, even when they do the Black Lives Matter. It's just bringing awareness to like, hey, we people too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should treat us equally.
I date same sex, so I can't go and ridicule somebody for sleeping with the opposite. I mean, sleeping with somebody who's not their race or whatever. That'd be a hypocrite of me. I'm free to date who I want to date, whether there's a law against it or not. Do what I want to do. So I feel like everybody else should be free to date who they want to date, as long as you are allowing me to be me and allowing me to have a comment or feelings on what I want to support. Then I'm be good.
All right, so. I got a next question. You got another question?
We actually can turn to the audience now.
I got one more question. Since we're talking about the Childish Gambino video, did y'all see the Childish Gambino video? What did y'all? I want to know, like, what did y'all take from it?
Basically, what I took from the video was that he dances throughout the whole entire video, and basically he want us to. Basically, the video is displaying us focusing on the dancing, but not paying attention to everything that's happening behind the scenes. So it's so much chaos happening behind the scenes, but we're only focused on the latest dances and the latest trends. Oh my God,
it was so lit, right? It's something that deserves to get talked about.
Yeah, like you're not paying attention to all the stuff that your president and what's going on over here is doing, but you just looking at the latest trend on Instagram. Oh, it's a new dance out, it's a new picture.
But it's also a lot of deep symbolism in it. I was just reading a little bit about it, but you notice at the beginning when he shoots the guy, of course he does like the whole minstrel pose and everything, but also after he shoots him, every time he gets the gun is taken off the set, it's like in a cloth, like all like to make sure doesn't get dirty. It has like it's taken care of. And at the beginning they just drag the body off of the ground and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's deeper. Every time he watches, it's a new meaning. He's shirtless because it's like kind of like a minstrel show type shit. And yeah, it's very intricate,
For the ones who are on Twitter and Instagram talking about they don't understand why it's so powerful, we explaining it to you.
The 10
it's more than meets the eye in that video.
The church shooting and shit.
I spoke about that too.
That shit was crazy. It was like, and it's just like a pure reflection piece. Even like the horse in the background is supposed to represent death and whatnot. It was like a biblical reference. And it's just a piece of art that needs to be appreciated on a grand level, which it is being. Like I don't think
we found a reason not to support our people for anything.
That's what we always been trying to
anything. I'm like, to see him put out that video, it's like everybody like, oh, now y'all want to flock to him because of Kanye West. Y'all got Kanye West. I'm like, no, that video was dope. It's like a lot of artists put out dope content, but it's not appreciated until I guess this one moment where the time is right. Everybody flocking to.
That's what happened. It was very excellent timing. The timing on it was everything.
Anything to complain about, honestly, and I'm just like, no, let us live.
Right.
And Caucasian people do not do that. I don't see them. I don't see them going in on each other. Like I don't see them dragging a deal or Taylor Swift for their videos. It's almost
like being a black celebrity is a lose-lose situation. It's almost like no matter what the fuck you do, it's
you
like
can't make each other out.
And then the moment you do something that people don't agree with, they done with you. The culture is done with you.
And it's crazy. Like Kanye gave us 10 plus years of music content. Positivity, and then after this one incident, we just like, oh, we don't.
Because we quick to count. That's
not one incident, though.
Of course. He's hot-headed. That's what I'm saying. It's like Kanye always been hot-headed, and we was letting him get away with it because it was like, oh, he was on our side. We agree. But as soon as he said something we don't agree with, it was like, oh shit, cancel Kanye. It's like, no, Kanye's always been like this. Just because he says something you don't agree with, you don't just cancel him. You go and ask him what's the problem. It's like
you get a support system to your people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We need to support him right now instead of cut him off. Man, he said he did liposuction. We just laughing at the shit.
Which was a choice.
Yeah, which was a choice, but it's like it's obviously something wrong with his head. Honestly, ever since College Dropout, he was talking about how he rode the short bus. And we kind of just overlooked it.
What's your take on that? I'm gonna let you answer because I'm just.
We talking about Kanye or music video?
Just the whole perspective of it. I know you was gonna go in.
I mean, it's an amazing piece of art, man.
It's an amazing piece of art.
Ain't no really other way to tie a bow around it. Like, just the fact that his mind can go there and create that. I'm sure he created that shit on his own. It's fucking beautiful, man. It's true. He makes art that I want to make one day soon.
Exactly. He inspires. He's very inspirational.
What's interesting is that he has been getting his roses. You know, of course, Atlanta won Golden Globes and Emmys. He was nominated for Album of the Year for his last project.
And everything he does has
everything.
Like,
it has a message. Everything is very artistic. He works on it. Even his music, he produces his own. He produces all his own beats.
Yeah, you know what's funny to me? White people love Childish Gambino and Kendrick Lamar, and they continuously send the shots up. Yeah. They love him anyway. It's just it's so funny.
What are you talking about?
Like, white people love Kendrick Lamar. White people love Childish Gambino.
Oh, they continuously shooting shots.
Continuously. Like Kendrick Lamar.
I'm saying, like, people, man.
White people tired of white people.
White people are tired of white people.
White people are tired of white people.
People are tired of conservative white people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I've been tired of them, but
people are like, that's what it is. That's a whole other story.
Conservative white people. I'm glad the world is catching on.
And I've got a friend that literally, like, hates his grandparents. Like, they're so conservative. He hates them.
Conservative white people are holding America.
That was conditioned. They are a family system. They are their grandparents.
Exactly. They trying to keep it how it is slowly. You know what I'm saying? But even like the liberal man, it's like it's still up to grabs. Like there's some good ones and some that's like have malicious intent. But that's just people in general. You know, but I just feel like conservative Republicans single-handedly are holding this country back simply because they only look out for themselves.
I mean, just the idea of being a conservative is just stupid.
Yeah, it's
like you want things to stay the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they benefit from it.
Yeah, that's literally all it is.
That's sad as fuck.
That's oppression. That's some bullshit. That's episode 1.
It sucks that they even exist.
How do we get past that? We got to start building our own community.
I don't know, but there was a point in time where Democrats and Republicans were flipped.
The roles were
switched. So it was like I have to read about it. I haven't looked it up in a while, but I'm not sure what happened that caused the whole switch. What happened? Anybody in the comments know what happened?
I'm pretty sure TT's gonna know. He used to study history, but I don't want to get the dates wrong. But it was something about. I don't want to say nothing because I'll probably be wrong. It's right here, but I don't want to say
some dumb shit.
And people be like,
no, nigga, stupid ass. They'll tell you down.
Did it have something to do with like the abolishment of slaves or whatever?
No.
I know it. It kind of means something.
Oh, yeah.
But do we have a question from the comment section?
Yeah.
Okay, read a few of them off real quick.
We will pick
a question.
Oh, I only have one.
Okay, let's go. You don't answer that. Great, let's go.
Thanks.
How many times a week should you have sex in your relationship?
5.
Every day.
It says if you're in a relationship.
Every day. I'm a Scorpio.
I said 5 to be fair, but
every chance you get.
I'm a Scorpio every day.
Every day.
They said they want an actual number.
Okay, I would say 5.
What?
Wait, they said they want an acceptable number.
Whenever I feel like it, and I feel like it all the time.
Yeah, like that's all on the individual. Like I dated somebody who said they're content with having sex once a week for 10 minutes. And I was like, what?
Why though?
I've dated somebody who said I wanted it too much. I wanted to have sex too much, and I also dated somebody that I didn't even want to touch.
I mean, it is.
What was their name though?
That's hilarious.
What's the name?
No, we didn't go put your laundry out there.
It's like if you're in a relationship with somebody, why not have sex as much?
Exactly. I mean, some people are just not as sexually charged.
If I can have it my way, it will be like multiple times a day.
If I can have it my way,
like
it would be multiple times a day, every day.
It's hard for me to
I want to come to your job and
at least twice a day.
I want to catch you on break and get it. Like
I still want to enjoy it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because after a while,
I guess.
And after I'm busting nut, I don't like nobody.
I don't know, man. Just be
go home.
I want it live.
You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that.
Like sometimes I want it long, sometimes I want it shorter. It's like it just varies. Like it's just like we could do.
Every now and then I want to wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that when that tension builds up.
I feel that.
Right, give me a chance to cheat.
That shit. Oh my God!
All day, every day. It's like I don't even want to cheat on you now. I'm dried out, motherfucker.
Give me a drain. Cheap, nigga. Damn.
But that's what some I heard some girls on Twitter, they said before they man leave the house, they drain him completely so that he don't cheat. That would work.
If women did it,
girls.
That's true. It would work, but that's a goddamn shame. We need to do better.
We need to do women who want to drain us before we leave the house.
I'm at a place now, like I don't know about y'all, I'm at a place now where like that shit don't even make me feel good no more. To just have a bunch of chicks and just be fucking like what makes you feel good, like good inside when you got your chick.
What makes me feel good inside is when I have a spiritual connection as well. What also makes me feel good is
they fuck boys from episode 1 through 7.
Nah, man,
episode 8.
I'm feeling good.
Listen,
Not English, that's English and spicy police. Things
change. Nah, I just like really good
Look me in
sex.
my eyes.
That's intimate.
I can tell you one thing about a Scorpio what I will agree with on Mike is that, like, although we come off as like hoes or whatnot, like we don't want to be bothered with multiple people anyway.
Scorpio,
I just want one chick,
bro.
and I think I found it.
That's good, bro. I tried.
Sherman's have a relation.
You stupid as fuck.
See that water going there?
Yeah, because it's nothing worse as a man. It's nothing worse than having a chick in your bed that you don't like.
Oh yeah.
Like, why are you here?
Why
the moment you get under my covers, like I'm upset.
I'm upset. Like, why? I could be doing something productive for my life.
Yeah.
So we gotta. If it's not any one more question, is it?
So I say a reasonable number. You know what I'm saying? Get if you want more sex.
I say twice a day.
Do a couple quick pieces. You know what I'm saying throughout the week. Or you know a side chick. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? If that's
hey man, let's make being faithful cool.
Let's make monogamy great again.
Let's make monogamy great again.
Let's do it.
I don't know.
We got
that's just
man.
gay. Oh, damn. My bad.
I have another
Instagram.
I am working on it.
You see I put up his
Christian English.
Oh my God.
Right there at the bottom of the page.
I am working on it. I'm from Texas, y'all. I apologize.
I
have a question.
I am working on it.
I have another question.
I admit it. I'm not perfect.
They said, I have a friend who's saving herself for marriage, but she's dating someone who she thinks she's going to be with for the rest of her life.
Let them have it.
Should she give it up?
Get that pussy up,
As
girl.
long as
She might change her mind after that.
As
Like,
long
this
as she
shit
feels
whack.
comfortable, that will always be her first. Then she can.
That's the thing, though. Yeah, it's like
It's like, look, why save yourself so much? Why?
Say the good thing about saving yourself to marriage is, I would say, is that you haven't had sex with anybody else, so therefore you haven't been tainted with all the good sex.
By the way, they're counseling you. By the way,
Yeah, for sure. You ain't got to worry about like.
We'll work on it.
It's cool because you ain't got to worry about STDs. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about like having like kids before marriage and shit like that.
I don't do any fellatio.
I feel like
yes, they do.
Slobbing.
Hell yeah,
they gotta be.
one of my friends who's a virgin, she's a virgin, but she
gets good head.
she gets.
But it's like that.
She gets head.
I dated a chick that was like.
How old is she?
She was way too.
Oh, she's about to have her doctorates.
Yeah.
Wow.
I dated a chick who was waiting until marriage to have sex, but she was always down to do oral both ways.
That's pretty cool.
You know, but it's like, and it was for religious reasons. She was waiting, so she was like, "Yeah, I can't. I don't want to taint myself. I don't want God to think I'm a hoe." So you think God doesn't think you're a hoe?
No.
That's sucking random dick.
That's that conditioned behavior that's been passed down from her family.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But ladies, here's one thing that y'all need to know. Guys would rather you have slept with multiple dudes than just be out here giving people head.
Just over here putting your mouth
just
on
giving
anything.
head to every dude that you've ever fucking talked to and dated.
I don't think
we would much rather.
I didn't say you.
I don't. Them. Oh yeah, you kind of. I mean, if they.
Don't nobody want no chick with mouths on her.
Huh?
Don't nobody want no girl with mouths on her.
It kind of gets questionable.
Do you ask
she
that
is
question?
really good at head. It's like, no, I don't ask that question.
Like, how many you been with?
I don't feel like I should ask. I don't feel like that's my business. I don't want you to ask me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to have to lie to you.
I don't want to say why we gonna come off on the wrong foot like that? We both gonna lie to each other. So we're not even gonna do that. It's like how a relationship should be viewed. You shouldn't even worry about the person's past.
My number not even out.
No, I'm laughing at something on Twitter. This girl said, she was basically teaching teaching women what to say when men ask that question. And she said the number is always 4. And her explanation was like the number is gonna always be 4. And she was basically saying like after 3 years, niggas drop off the list. Like if you use the condom, it don't count. She was just saying all this stuff, and she was just like,
"Oh, is that the lady with the bonnet?"
No, that's Tammy.
Like,
don't watch reality.
Like once you get to what, like 30, like that lie is not gonna work anymore.
It ain't gonna work. I mean, I feel like we're at an age that it's like I can't even. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just gotta judge for yourself. You can't really just be. Like, oh, how many you had? You know what I'm saying? She gonna. That's funny. When that conversation does come out, I always hear 4.
Speaking of fellatio,
always hear 4.
Someone said is DJ Khaled.
He's not lying.
That boy's not lying. DJ Khaled, he's that box boy.
That man eat everything on the table but coochie.
I don't know. That's really
eating everything on the table but coochie.
Bro, that was so corny.
That's why his girlfriend was his wife was so aggressive when she was.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
She like, nigga, shut your ass up.
Man, like, this is a grown ass man that refuses to eat box.
That's his religion. That's his issue though.
That's his culture. It's dudes out here that really don't.
There's dudes out there that really think like that. Like,
it's dudes out here.
And it's 2018. Like niggas ain't even on pussy no more. Niggas eating ass.
Come on, what's up, saying?
Like these niggas is done graduated to the ass.
Yeah, right. You still over. I don't eat box.
That's such a 1998 mindset.
Y'all remember when girls didn't give head? Like
that was so childish.
Everybody.
Like what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
I remember in elementary school, like they used to laugh at girls when they found out that she gave head. Like,
in elementary school?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I'm from Chicago.
Kindergarten. Remember catching girls?
Bro, it's funny. When boys found out that a girl gave head, it was like, man, that's nasty.
I'm trying to understand how he gonna do something.
Hey, what you doing? Like, let's do though. Like,
let me walk you home.
Y'all remember the video Amber Cole? They released a video of the little girl giving head with some sketches on Amber Cole. It was like the first viral thing.
And everybody was like, damn.
She had on sketchers. Where is she? Amber Cole, if you out there.
Famous for sucking dick.
She was young.
She going, I mean,
that was child pornography. We is not going with that. That was child pornography.
I commend her for not killing her.
They said, oh yeah, I thought she was just.
Yeah, she was like, she was actually the people. She pushed the culture forward.
My video.
She's probably the reason everybody is all these girls is sucking dick.
She's probably proud and shit. Yeah, I did that.
Oh my!
All my friends was doing it. I just got caught. Whatever.
Her and Amber Rose just slut walking together.
Man,
someone said DJ Khaled ain't got no neck, so he won't be able to breathe.
I'm trying to figure out how she gonna pick his stomach up to get her head, but he won't go down there.
That's pretty fucked up. Like we just we this.
But he rich enough to have his own fucking.
I mean, he can get away with it.
I'm pretty sure she's cheating.
She back?
Possibly. That boy be on tour and shit, so it's very possible.
Somebody,
bro. If he ain't eating it, somebody is. Sorry, Khaled. The girl is sleeping around.
I also made a tweet the other day that said, if your man ain't eating coochie, he's probably sucking dick.
The custom pastor said that.
Yeah, I remember that. You always tag me in that.
That is my friend, the custom pastor.
If you don't like a big titties, you don't like my woman, then you must lie.
You gotta watch this man. It's a pastor.
And I be cussing. I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all trying to judge me, tell me what I need to do.
The pastor,
fuck all of y'all.
It's funny.
Man, that nigga's hilarious.
I'll
beat your ass on air. I'll beat your ass. I'll get all in your ass.
He was the greatest.
I'll get all in that dyke ass. He was like, I'll get all in that dyke ass. I'm paraphrasing.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. You can't say that because they'll block the video, but I'm saying that.
Oh, really?
Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
They blocked his page. They blocked his page. He too lit. Yeah, they blocked his page.
That boy too lit.
He too lit. He was on that way.
Fellas, it's 2018, yo. If you're not eating the box or something.
If you're not eating the box,
I don't even want to be your friend.
Yeah, real talk. Like, what kind of lifestyle are you living? Like,
and every time I see your girl, I'm gonna say sorry.
That nigga play with Legos.
I'm sorry.
Childish ass.
Free yourself,
Nigga,
okay?
what the fuck?
Go get you a nigga that's gonna eat that business.
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Niggas really think that's okay. That shit is insane.
That's not okay.
That's not okay, man.
Cabbage
At all.
Cabbage patch. What?
Anyway,
what's that?
any final thoughts? Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
That was my final thought. I can't believe niggas think that's okay.
Next show is like June 5th.
You sleepy?
I'm taking a little break. I'm on the phone.
I'm releasing some
What's
music.
coming up next? So in the break, what you doing next? You need new skits coming? Any?
Actually,
I might drop a skit.
actually, I did shoot a skit.
You need new music coming?
I got new music coming too.
When is it coming?
I'm gonna write a skit and I'm gonna have y'all act.
I'm on my
in it.
Frank Ocean shit. It'll be out when it comes out. Huh?
You feel me?
Yo,
I said
let's
I'm
do a
gonna
skit.
write a skit and I'm gonna have y'all act in it.
Let's do it.
Filming.
Do 15 of them. We do all of them. No, play. I just want to do skits. I always wanted to. Mike does them. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at the editing too.
I'm gonna put them on my page. Get y'all some followers.
Yes, that's what we need. I need 10,000 followers.
AirPod.
AirPod.
I have an interesting.
What?
Yeah, something interesting.
This nigga said what? Interesting.
What?
No.
More interesting shit? Like, what?
So tomorrow
So
is
what?
officially the first day of my last semester
Word up.
on the ground in my doctoral program.
Lit.
After last semester, all I have to do is finish my dissertation and intern,
Okay.
and I'm going to be 28 with a doctor's degree in psychology.
You gonna be a PhD?
Psyche.
That's cool too.
Yes, it's
Shit,
cool.
all that. That boy
So I'm
be
down
passing
to-
out the side.
I'm down to
all.
4 more on-ground courses, and then I just do interning at a facility, and I work on my dissertation. On
And
the
look, you
internet.
single too. Look at this
I'm
single
not.
black
I'm
gay
not.
man.
I'm not.
Oh, damn.
You gotta do?
Why you gotta do? Is it
That was one of the questions.
What the fuck?
It said, Lewis, are you single?
I'm a Scorpio. I don't tell my business. No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
and
not
you
single.
gotta do this whole time?
Is he white?
You gotta do this whole
He's
time?
white.
This ain't dear white people. He white people on my platform. No, he's
Oh
African
man, speaking of
American.
dear white people,
He's an
man.
actor and he's a model.
What?
He's out here in LA.
What?
That's good, man.
Super.
Man, y'all seen?
I might
y'all
be
watching dear white
I
people?
might be tying that knot down too, brother.
Man, that's what's up. It's good for y'all.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's good. I'm happy.
Me too,
for y'all.
actually.
What?
I always say,
Is it in the fucking
Y'all get married on me?
I like summer relationships.
a summer relationship? So it's over.
No, I'm just saying, you know how some people get single in the summer? That's so stupid. Being in a relationship in the summer is so fucking lit.
because you do everything.
You do everything.
Travel.
So like as soon as August hit, just like
I'm so jealous.
you fall back literally.
Yeah.
Ha!
What's up? Thank you.
You know what? Gemini season is
literally fell
approaching. Gemini season is approaching. Y'all can catch me June 21st when the season is over with because I do not use Geminis.
Oh man, that's just deep.
I don't know what that means. Let's wrap the show up.
When
Motherfucker, I'm Michael Devon LeBlanc. You can find me on motherfucking Instagram. It's down there and shit. And this is Louis, and that's Marquez.
Marquez in the motherfucking building. I don't know. I feel like we was doing like some kind of mixtape.
You feel me?
Yeah, it's like pew pew pew. DJ Khaled doesn't eat pussy.
I got PTSD when it come down to gunshots. You know, thank you all for tuning in. Tune in next week on Tuesday, 7:30.
Opinionated.
Also, share this video. If you are watching this video,
Share
this
that
video
hoe.
across every platform. Follow our Instagram page, Opinionated Show. Follow our Instagram page, Opinionated Show, at Opinionated Show.
Opinionated Show.
Twitter, Show Opinionated. Support us. This is a free show. Share it, comment, like, DM us, whatever. Signing off. See you next Tuesday.
Night.
Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. And the devil keep on testing me, oh my. But the Lord just keep on blessing me, alright. I tell her no, I got control. Waiting at home is my lady, with the burgundy Mercedes. You know I'm tryna hit it daily. She say treat me like a lady.